Previously on Drag Duel, our celebrity impersonation challenge Fat Chat made its triumphant return, and talk about a comeback. After 2 weeks in the bottom two, Transjenifahs Gawdy won her first main battle of the season. After a rough go in the challenge, frontrunners Alex, Elektra, and Heavy Cream landed in the bottom. But after a sickening drag duel, for the first time ever, both were saved from elimination, leaving 7 warriors still standing in the arena. Joining main judges Hydra and Dom Perignon on the judges panel this week, we have 2 drag artists known for turning jaw-dropping looks on Instagram, Titanic Donavon and Twink Trash, and the creator of Vintage Thrivals, Rich Rocket.
Welcome back to Drag Duel. We are at round 9, and with 7 warriors still in the arena, trust and believe, by the end of this episode, one of them will get the chop.
But first, we want to give a special shout out and thanks to Rocco Contini, a Indiegogo funder who helped make this season possible. So this episode is dedicated to you, Rocco. Thank you so much. And you're also probably wondering, Derek, where'd you get this incredible, iconic Glass Staine shirt? Well, I got it on the Glass Staine merch shop. So if you want to go support Glass, the link to her merch shop will be in the description down below.
Before we find out who's the next victim of the duel, just a reminder, the winner of Drag Duel Season 3 will receive a cash prize of $2,500, courtesy of you. That's right, our supporters from Patreon and Indiegogo.
If you would like to join in on all the fun, join our Discord server where you can talk with us and the previous and current warriors, as well as get unedited confessionals, unaired lip syncs, and so much more. Join our Patreon today, linked in the description down below. The winner will also receive 2 custom press-on nail sets from Kitty Cosmetics, crafted to strike, stun, and slay. A $100 custom lash package from Lash Core, the ultimate finishing touch to any winning look. A custom, one-of-a-kind wearable art piece from Vintage Thrivals, the black, queer-owned brand transforming sustainable fashion into iconic drag armor. A custom quality human hair wig from Bootsy herself, because no crown is complete without the hair to match. And speaking of crowns, our champion will also receive a crown fit for a warrior. Alrighty, let's tune into our, still sensational 7 and see how they're handling the first ever double save in Drag Duel history. Surely they're not mad at us, right?
Being part of the first ever Drag Duel save is everything to me. I was so gagged when that happened. I think even in my reaction, I audibly gasped, I was so shocked.
I was really scared about that challenge in particular, and that whole week was nerve-wracking.
Hey, that's an iconic moment. I'll take it. We turned it out. It was round 2 of me versus Alex, and so I love that we both won that time.
I'm feeling amused. I'm feeling entertained. It's something.
I still feel like we could have sent someone home.
I think as a competitor, I'm just like, damn, I really don't want to have to go against all these bitches again. A tinier scope of bitches to go against would be nice.
The top 6 is much good than top 7. I prefer even numbers and odd numbers.
Now the good part is that Alex was saved. Alex is my girl, and I was a little bit worried for her. Well, I was definitely worried for her when I saw her Miss Piggy. Happy to see Alex survive. Not happy to see that Heavy is still in this competition, and not happy that everybody's still in this competition, because I just want to get one step closer. I want to be top 3. There's still 7 people with 3 challenges to go. 7 people! Fucking wild.
Since I have won, I've actually achieved inner peace. I have reached nirvana. They call me the drag Buddha, the Buddha Paul. Actually, that's my given name now. So I feel really incredible after winning a challenge on Drag Duel. Like, really, that is what my heart set out to do this entire competition. I was like, I just want to secure one win. I just want to show the judges at least once that, like, I can do drag that is discernibly better than other bitches. And, like, the fact that I got that little mwah kiss on the forehead, it soothed my evil, sour, bitter heart. Now I'm an angel. So it was nice to have my soul saved by our Lord and Savior, Bootsy.
I am so happy I survived Fat Chat. Literally, like, my goal coming into this was to be safe during Fat Chat. That's all I wanted. I really didn't care about winning. I didn't care about being high. Well, I care about being high. I was happy to be safe, and I was so happy to survive Fat Chat.
Everybody gaslighted me into believing that I was gonna be in the bottom. They were all like, yeah, it's gonna be you and Alex, get ready for you guys to lip sync together. And I was like, I didn't think I did that bad. So then to wake up and be safe, I just wanted to say fuck you to everybody. I was like, all you people who doubted me, well, you know, go eat shit.
It's been frustrating producing work that, like, gives people very strong reactions, but then still being safe. Like, you know, like, half the judges are like, fantastic, loved it, top. And the other half are like, bottom. Like, solid bottom. And, like, again, like, I think I'd rather be top or bottom than be safe at this point because we're so far in the competition. And I really don't want to fade into obscurity. I don't think I will, just depending on, like, how much conversation is being had around me, I guess. But it's fine.
It does not feel like we are nearing the end, even though we're fucking close to the end. There are still too many bitches. I'm tired. I've been at this what feels like for years. But I'm excited to be close to the end. I'm ready for the finale. I want to be there. But I'm ready to knock out some bitches first.
Let's jump into this week's main battle, and it's an iconic one. Backed by the popular demand, it's our second annual Drag Duel Met Gala inspired design challenge called the Met Gayla.
This year, our theme is Threads of Time, styling the ages of art, and it was conceptualized by our very own Met Gala chairperson extraordinaire, Titanic Donovan.
We asked our warriors to prepare a head-to-toe runway red carpet ready look inspired by an artist from the past.
So this could be anybody, painters, sculptors, street artists, even pillars who created art movements throughout history.
The warriors were challenged to take their artist's essence and translate it into high fashion runway ready outfit.
Not just a costume, not just a painting come to life, but a full head-to-toe look that could hold its own on a red carpet.
Big, extravagant, and elevated.
Last week, Transjenifahs Gawdy won her very first main battle, and with that, her very first power-up. Let's see how Transjenifah decided to use it. I'm sure this is going to be very interesting.
Hi, Transjenifahs Gawdy! Congratulations on winning your very first challenge of the competition. Are you ready to hear what your power-up is?
Run me my power-up, ho.
Next week, the warriors will participate in the Met Gala. Yes, again. Everybody will have to create a fashion-forward look inspired by their favorite artist. However, you will receive the Artiste power-up. This power-up allows you to select one of your fellow warriors, and they have to do their makeup completely with their fingers.
So not only is no one going home, I get the most evil power-up that we have had to date.
That's right, one of your fellow warriors will be finger painting themselves for the next week's challenge. It's up to you to decide who will it be. You can play this strategically, or you can try and be nice, if there is such way with this power-up. Enjoy your power!
Do I laugh or do I start nuking the country? I don't know.
the power up, the power down. It was a power down. Like, there was no nice way to use that one. I think even Trans tried to be like, hey, like, anybody want this? And it's like, just crickets.
Power down, bitch. Power down. Thugging with my rounds. My coochie pink. My booty. Let me stop. Oh my God. So sorry.
Well, this power up is fucked up because if I had to paint with my fingers, I would have come in full face bikini. You would have seen none of my face. It would have been busted. It would have been doo-doo garbage.
Who needs to get finger blasted? Okay, right now. I'm gonna look out for my sisters because I love and I value Smokey and Hennessey. Those are my divas, those are my dolls. So like initially I'm like, okay, I don't wanna make them mad. So those are kind of off of my list. So that leaves me with all the white people. Who do I actually think this would affect and who do I think this is going to like hinder? Gwen is an artist, Gwen paints, so Gwen is out of my mind. Like, Gwen is going to turn it out, and I genuinely just think, like, them having the disadvantage and then turning it out is only gonna help them, so I don't want that. I also feel like Heavy could turn it out. I feel like Heavy is somebody that is very creative and artsy with their makeup, at least. I've seen, like, a lot of different artsy stuff from them, so I'm also, like, maybe not Heavy. So that really just leaves me with Neon and Alex. Out of these two, who do I, who am I more okay with screwing over? That was really kind of what it came down to. Neon has kind of, like, done bad makeup before, so I think her painting with her fingers would probably help her makeup. It would probably make her look better. So I'm like, maybe not Neon. I think Alex has not shown a lot of versatile makeup looks, and so Alex is probably the person I think it is going to affect the most. So I think in my brain, it would make the most sense for my game and my competition to hinder somebody who is already kind of on, a downward trajectory to ensure I can get by another week. Final answer, judges. I'm locking it in. I choose Alex, Elektra.
I knew that the power up, disadvantage is gonna come on knocking on my door.
I actually am kind of a rotted bitch because Alex has been so sweet to me this entire competition. Like, Alex has gone out of her way to message me and be like, hey, diva, like, I love what you do. Even the one time I was like, she won against me in that lip sync, which she should not have won. I was mad at her and I told her, I was like, girl, you did not know the words to that lip sync. Like, I don't know how you won that. I'm gonna be real with you because you're probably gonna see it in the episode. I was mad. And she, she didn't respond. But then after I, had secured the win this last week, she was like, oh, congrats on the win. Like, you deserved it. So she really has been nothing but like sweet. But I need to do what's best for me, okay? I'm looking out for me, Lucius.
I know I haven't been communicating much, but it was crazy, like, to be in that Discord chat and in voice chats. I'm mostly sleeping when it's morning and I see that they all had like a voice chat. It's crazy. So I was thinking, like, if maybe that's the issue, maybe I'm not communicating with all of them, and like who are they gonna pick? It's gonna be me. I just know I'm gonna be the next target if she's there. But from anyone, I was like thinking that maybe because of that lack of the communication and kiki kakai, that I would be like, nobody would choose like somebody they talk a lot with, and like I only have like Neon that I talk a lot with.
I am going with the S3E method of playing a game, which is anybody but me, and I'm happy. So she didn't choose me, I was happy. That's all I could say.
Alex's big competition, she doesn't wear much makeup anyways, so she'll probably be fine if she has to dabble with her fingers.
It was an interesting choice. I don't think I would have necessarily picked Alex because for me, I'm gonna be the congenial queen because I think my little selfish era is over. Now that I no longer have immunity. The congenial answer is like, I probably would have given it to Gwen just because I know what Gwen can do in terms of like makeup and doing like different things on their face and like painting and everything. And so that's kind of their niche and that's their stick. But using it on Alex, it was probably a little bit more strategic because Alex is a put together, queen. In terms of the puss department, I mean, baby, she's meeting me there. Like, baby, we're meeting each other in the puss department. Let's be real about that.
I was excited for another Met Gayla challenge. I was definitely nervous because it's like, high stakes and like high glamour and like high concept and high fashion.
This is just really the pinnacle of fashion in, you know, I feel like my brain and in a lot of other, you know, gays' brains. And so it's nice that we get this opportunity to show what we would have done. Because I feel like every gay person thinks about it. Every gay person's like, what would I wear on the Met Gala carpet? Ooh, with my $5 in my bank account.
It's really tricky, like make it look expensive, make it look good, make it, design it good, like it gotta be Met Gayla worthy.
We know I hate a sewing challenge, right? Not my fan, not my thing. But art, love art. As part of my degree in graphic design, I did take art history classes. So the theme of art, love.
I was like, okay, art is cool. I worked the graphic design school and I had art history and it was not my favorite. Art history is not my favorite thing to do. Any type of history where I have to read all the stuff and then answer them. My brain just doesn't work that. But if I can feel it and have it in my fingers, like all the practical like stuff, I was good at it. So it all reminds me of studying it again.
As someone who has a art degree, art history was one of my favorite classes that I got to take. And so I was super, super excited to hear that it was going to be based on, you know, picking our own artist to use as inspiration. And I was also really excited to see who everyone was going to pick and how they were going to interpret that artist.
What I don't like is how open-ended it is. Like, you could do anything you fucking want as long as it's before this millennium? Sure, this 2000, before the year 2000. There's just so many fucking options, and there's so many different ways to interpret this challenge.
This is the last design challenge. It's the third design challenge. So I just really wanted to take the things that I had learned from the previous design challenges and just like really put forth the best work that I could do.
As you can see, our warriors are ready to do whatever it takes to win the crown. However, this week, this is a big challenge, and our warriors could really use some extra guidance.
To help them conceptualize and perfect their designs, we brought in our Met Gala chairperson, Season 1 icon and drag fashion legend, Titanic Donovan.
Let's see how that went.
Thank you so much for being here. So good to see you.
Okay, we're recording now, so we have to do the hi thing again.
Okay, so hi. Oh my god, it's my first time seeing you. It's so great to see you, Titanic.
Hi, congratulations on making it to the top 7 of Drag Duel Season 3. And now you've made it to another design challenge. Are you excited?
I am. I'm honestly so excited. So I won the first design challenge, and that was a huge boost of confidence for me. The second design challenge was fine. I did well. I didn't get the chance to like fully bring what I wanted to life. So I'm feeling like really driven this time to do that. Like I feel like, okay, I kind of learned a little bit more last time, and so I feel a little better prepared.
So now tell me, what have you planned for the Met Gala?
Okay, so I decided to go with Georgia O'Keeffe for my inspiration. So here's...
Oh, wow.
So I want to be like, obviously like this kind of opening flower. So for these pieces, I'm thinking of doing like a wire structure and then covering them with a sheer fabric. And then I wanted for this kind of chest piece to do the technique where you like soak the fabric in a glue and then you kind of like you can shape it and it becomes like rigid. So I want it to be like a combination of hard and soft. So I want this to be very structured, very hard, but then flowing into like opening up and then having some just soft flowing elements.
Yeah, your sketch is very ambitious. There are a lot of different techniques that don't involve sewing, which I love to do. It's also like techniques that I have not worked with before. So this is like go into these YouTube tutorials in like whatever you can find so you can really pull this off. I can just pray for you in this moment, but I really love the use of different techniques and just going around sewing and doing something else, like being crafty. I really love this.
Georgia O'Keeffe was pivotal as a woman and art, just really inspirational, someone who was a trailblazer, someone who was out there making a name for female artists and moreover legitimizing female artists because they weren't taken seriously, weren't getting recognition, weren't getting the same platform as male artists. And as a king, that's something that I can definitely relate to. And so I wanted to take, you know, what she was doing, which was, oh, like I'm gonna paint flowers, which is like a stereotypical woman, like subject matter that women would paint, but I'm gonna do it in a different way. I'm gonna flip it around. And so I wanted to do that and take flowers, which might normally be very feminine, and flip that around and make it masculine.
There's a great concept, and like he picked my notes up very well, so I'm not worried. Hello Hennessey, do you have any sketches, any ideas, anything we can like bounce off of?
Yes, I have a sketch here. I am going to be inspired by Basquiat.
Oh, yes.
Wanted to do something that was deeply tied to Afrofuturism, and Basquiat is often cited as like a very like precursor to contemporary Afrofuturism. What we're looking at here is like I'm not necessarily inspired by a specific piece from Basquiat. I'm mainly like inspired by like him as a person and the aesthetic and influences of his work. I took his idea of the crown. The crown was like his, like basically like his signature, literally like his signature. The fabric here is going to be like a African print fabric and mainly blue with some details of yellow and gold.
I really love this sketch. This is my favorite sketch so far. I know when I was going into this call, I knew you would have like a strong sketch, or like even like because you have strong silhouettes, and I love strong silhouettes, and it's also like a big part of my drag to have like a good silhouette, because it's like the first thing for me that I also think about when I do a look. For the crown, how do you plan on, because it's a very literate piece in Basquiat's paintings. It's most of the time just like drawn exactly like the way you have it there. How are you gonna make this? Is it also gonna be resin, or how do you plan on making this?
There's a world in which I just do it like out of like vinyl like material so it can hold the structure.
Yeah.
Or I might do either like probably will end up doing like an EVA foam base and then putting fabric around that.
I think it would also be cute if it was resin, maybe. Because then we would have the shiny effect on it again. But I could also see fabric going around it. But yeah, I hope the shape stays exactly like that. So we're gonna see it exactly like as you see it in Basquiat's paintings.
When I started taking drag seriously is when I really knew I wanted to incorporate my Black heritage and my Black culture within my drag. From the start of when I started performing in drag, I knew I specifically wanted to highlight Black artists. Like the first songs I've ever performed in drag were all by Black artists. And when I actually like came to the course of taking drag seriously and really pursuing it, I knew right away that like Black culture is going to be at the forefront of my drag. Specifically because it is for my theater work. And it is something that I always really think that being someone who can be the representation that I don't get to see is really important, specifically in queer art. And it's also like a way for me, as a person who literally, I have no idea what my ancestry is beyond my grandfather. I literally just know my grandfather was born in the Bahamas. I don't know where my grandmother was born. I literally know nothing about her. So I literally just know my grandfather came from the Bahamas. That's it. And drag has become a way for me to get in touch with my ancestors a bit, and really like express my Blackness through my queerness.
Okay, Titanic, what is the tea? There's obviously a lot of expectations on Hennessey for this challenge. Do you feel like she's living up to those expectations?
When I was going into this call, I was 99% sure that Hennessey's sketch is gonna look great and there's gonna be a great silhouette. And this is everything that we expect from Hennessey at this point, because Hennessey is just kind of one of the runway divas of the season so far. So I do think if this all works out the way she has planned it, I think that she could actually take this home, because I see this challenge for Hennessey. I really see it. So there are high expectations, but I think she could meet them.
Okay, so I was thinking, I opened my art history book, and I just scrolled stuff and then Googled some, and I went through Frida to Picasso, and I was like, what am I gonna do now? I have so many ideas. I kind of knew I was gonna get the power up, so I was gonna thinking also about that, and what caught my eye was Monet, and I was thinking about his approach of pointillism, and actually, Georges Seurat, I believe, is better maybe as an option for pointillism, because my idea was to have like this big dress, and that will be all like canvas. So I was thinking about that, and maybe to do like a flower, like this hibiscus flower maybe, and to just paint everything in paintillism over that canvas. Yeah, the power up also had me like to do makeup with my fingers, so I was like, I can like dab it and smear it, so it will be good for pointillism.
I really like the idea. I think it's a great idea, like even when you like incorporate the power up that you have, because you can make a pointillism mug. The first thought that I just had is that we already know that you can make great dresses. Like we have, like in the Pokemon challenge, your dress was exceptional. It was great. It was constructed. I think what we as the judges are looking for Alex is something that we have not seen from you yet. I think like the kimono sleeves, that's already something different. I do think that I want to have like one detail piece or something on that is like, oh my god, we have not seen that yet. I do think the pointillism fabric is a great idea. I think what we are looking for is something that's a bit more, maybe a bit more even out of the box for Alex. Because the dress shape itself, it is a bit simple. It is like a simple shape like this. I think the print is an idea. Maybe you can find some kind of way or some idea that we are not just gonna have this dress shape. Maybe there's something else we can think of there. I like the idea of doing a bit more with the actual structure, and not just focusing on 100% on the pointillism effect of the fabric. That's also that's gonna be great too. But I think we're just missing that last detail, thing that's gonna where we are gonna be like, whoa, oh my god, this is something completely different. When I saw the sketch, the first thing was in my head, this is the, I don't want to be mean, but this was the most boring sketch out of the ones we have seen so far. I was the most worried when I saw the sketch because it was exactly what I thought Alex could do, which is a very structured, beautiful, elegant gala dress. But this is like the Met Gala. We want something grand. We want something that slaps. I wanted to throw some curveballs at her, and she has to decide which ones she wants to hit. Hi, Neon. Congrats on making it into the design challenge, top 7. Now you're officially part of the Met Gala of season 3. How are you feeling?
Horrible. No, I'm joking. I mean, I wish they would have eliminated somebody. And we all know that I'm not the seamstress of the group, so sewing challenges are my Achilles heel. And I have a very, very busy schedule ahead of me, so it's going to be challenging.
Yeah, I see. Now that Transjenifah has a win, you are the only one without a win. So I'm very interested to see how you want to make this challenge your winning challenge. Like, how are you?
No. You're way too optimistic on this. I need to make this I will survive challenge, not a winning challenge. I want to make it through this challenge. Yes. So yes, I need a win. I agree with that. But This is not the challenge to win. This is a challenge to not fuck up.
Oh, okay, I see. Let's see what you got. You know the category, you know the stakes. So what do you have for me?
Okay, so I've already made the look. So now
Wait,
it's just
wait. You're done?
More or less.
How many percent are we talking?
Like 90.
90? Why am I here?
Well, you're here because I have the opportunity, and I'm not gonna pass up the chance to get your brain on it. And if that extra 10% that you can help me with can get me over the line, or heck, the win, then that'll be great. I don't have time to redo it. I will say that. So we have to work with what I'm gonna show you, and you have to give me some advice and ways to potentially make it better. We're not reconcepting here.
Okay, we're not reconcepting. If it's shit, I'm gonna tell you. But
yeah, and then we'll have to talk. I don't think it's shit.
Okay. We will
So,
see.
The artist I have chosen is Keith Haring, one of my favorite artists. This is where I've gotten to. So I found a wall hanging thing, material is shit, with Keith Haring on it. So I used that as the base. I want to rhinestone it all if I have time. And then I made the triangle piece on the top, which has got this like holographic fabric. It's a little hard to tell in there. And I lined the inside of the dress. So this was like really big for me.
Yes.
Do you think it's enough? And if not, how can I make it better?
So, first of all, the neckline is very weird. It's a weird neckline. It looks very much like cut up and put on top of you. I think there needs to be something happening there. Maybe you can do something like a collar out of the fabric that you have on your skirt, you know?
Okay.
I think
like you're talking about like a necklace, or like actually on the pink part itself?
I was kind of thinking like when you have a blouse or something, what I have here. This.
Yeah.
You see me?
Yeah.
Like this,
like
when this is closed, something like this. That you have something here, because I think the overlay here, there's not enough happening. I would think about maybe gloves.
I was planning on making gloves. That reminds me, I need to make gloves. I will make gloves.
Yeah,
gloves. Okay.
I think gloves would be a nice addition to this.
This is the look without the pink triangle.
Oh, okay. So, I have to say, I think the pink triangle that you have on, I think it's too big.
Okay. It's funny because I like this better, but I just thought that it was not big enough to meet the Met Gala challenge, and I just thought it was a dress with a print on it.
Yeah, I think it would be cool if you incorporate the triangle, but if you had the chance to make it a little bit smaller, because it's like there's a difference between a big look and just a big piece, in this case a triangle, that's just connected to the look. And it feels, because it's so big, and this is a very, not simple, but this is a very like gala dress, I feel like it's a little bit disconnected. So I would make the triangle a little bit smaller, so that you have like an exaggerated shoulder, like still big, and then maybe still like this collar, this like I don't know what to call this.
Yeah, a collar,
then with this collar, I think this would be very cool.
Let's see what I can produce in the next 48 hours. Because I had something solid to show, I felt like I could get really useful, constructive advice that I can use to my advantage, because it wasn't necessarily about like thinking about all these crazy ideas.
Okay, so that was very different. Neon basically had her whole look done. Does that worry you?
I thought I'm gonna be worried, but I actually like the original idea, and I think I really like what she has done before. It's like the first impression I'm having right now of anyone doing anything in this challenge, so I cannot really measure it right now. But like the construction looked well. It was a nice idea, so I think she's on a good way.
Do you feel like starting so soon and getting so much done is kind of hindering her ability now to change or adapt to any of the critiques that you gave her?
I do think, I mean, it is obviously kind of a little disadvantage, but I feel like she's really behind it. So I just hope she gets everything done.
We will have to see how it goes.
Hello, Gwen. Welcome. Hit me with what you already have.
Okay, so I'll kind of show you the artist I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Glenn Martin Taylor. He does like these ceramic pieces that are like ceramic combined with like kind of like like wire and spikes.
I love that. I don't know him. I have to ask, from when are those pieces?
What do you mean?
They look very recently made.
Yes, he's been doing it for a while now.
Okay. I'm not quite sure how it was communicated, because I think it was us also in the group chat that we are having to base this challenge of artists and art pieces before 2000. I hope this is not too recent, but I also don't know the artist. If he has been doing this stuff in the 80s and 90s, this is completely valid.
Okay. Hello, so welcome to my crash out session. So I just found out that we are not allowed to do contemporary artists that were from before the 2000s. So I'm having to change my whole idea. Watch me crash the fuck out. It's fine. I had to redo my entire idea, which actually, because of my BFA, I already had so many ideas in mind, and one of them was a past artist, Francisco Goya, period. And I really attached myself to his black paintings a lot. He's a very cool guy, because earlier in his works, he was, doing romanticism, which is a very, like, bubbly, fun, imaginative style of artwork. And then before he died, was doing these dark, brooding paintings. This project has been very emotionally taxing. I have already cried once over it. But I am honestly just getting really excited to show it off. I think ultimately, over anything, it's something that, like, in a competition setting, I don't know. It's hard to, like, always produce work that I can be proud of, because I'm doing it for a reason outside of myself. But this project is something that not only am I doing for the competition, but I am doing for myself. Working on the masks, I'm using foam clay and like a mask base to build like these like kind of distorted-esque faces, and then I'm gonna paint over them. And yeah, the goal is that they're like the distorted faces of people in my past, and yeah, I'm very excited about it. I think they're turning out really cool, and I think this looks gonna be sick. Flashback to lip sync battle week. I start crashing out because I'm moving, and then I'm like, in one final act of filming in Flagstaff, I'm gonna go to Heritage Square, a place I love. It's like the heart of Flagstaff. The literal beating heart is Heritage Square. So I'm like, I want to go there and do like some last filming for this show in Flagstaff as like my final little send off to it, because I love it here. And when I'm in the square, I am literally dressed in a trans outfit, about to do I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor, talking about the struggles of queer people and how they will survive, and I get groped. I get groped by a man I do not know, and he grabs my wrists and pulls me down and tries to get me to kiss him. Terrible. I have experiences with sexual assault. I have been assaulted by multiple different people, and one of them was consistent over the course of like a year. And when I got out of that relationship that it was happening in, I spent a long time healing. At first, like, I think I knew right away that it was assault, because when I came out of it, I knew I had said no over and over and over again, and it still happened. So I knew right away it was assault. I just didn't know how it affected me until, like, I saw it creep into my relationships with people. I didn't like to be touched anymore. I used to love physical affection, but then like touch became like a very negative thing. It became very overstimulating. It was like, yeah, it was hard to like be able to be touched without like being like revolted and repulsed. I spent a long time like healing through my current relationship. Shouts out to my girlfriend, who is so patient and kind. I love her so much. But yeah, she was very patient through my healing process, but it took a long time for me to be comfortable like with even intimacy. It's a long healing process, and whew, things can re-trigger it, you know. And so after that experience on Drag Duel, coming into Art Week, when I had to change my artist, I knew I wanted to I needed to make art for me. I've been needing to make art for me so bad, and so I decided this was the week to make art for me, and to make art that is going to be something that I can channel, something very personal, and show my journey through it. I'm very proud of this piece because it is a result of my healing, and now I can share my story without worry, without completely and utterly being controlled by what happened to me. You know, now I'm in control of what happened to me. Now I can share that story through my art, and I think that's really cool. I've got the phone number for the sexual abuse hotline written on this very messy card. But if you're experiencing or have experienced sexual abuse, you are not alone. I love you. I'm here for you. But so are other people. Reach out to people. It can be incredibly lonely to go through alone, but unfortunately it's a more common experience than you might think. So don't be afraid to talk to someone. My healing journey was made so much easier by just saying what was happening to me and communicating every step of the way. So I love you. You will get better. You will. I promise. It feels like a long time, and it feels like you'll never get better, but you do.
So I just got all of my materials. I ordered my fabric already. That should be here later today. I just went and got interfacing so I can kind of help build some structure. And I also just ordered all of my fabric paints. So yeah, it's time to get into it. Honestly, this is a lot. It is a lot. I've spent more than I would want to on, you know, this competition where I'm getting paid nothing. But you know what? I'm here to win. I'm here to kill it. And also, I genuinely think this costume is just going to be something that will last me and something that I will love for years to come. And so I'm really excited about that. Should I get into like the nitty gritty? Is anyone else giving y'all like the details? Okay, so I'm a costumer. So as a costumer, I love to just know stuff like this. So in total for this costume, I have spent $205 just in supplies, Diva. That's not including the time and effort and energy it's going to take me to create all of this. So just know, each of these divas creating stuff, especially whoever ends up winning this week, we invested our hearts, our lives into this bitch.
Just finished laying this down and sculpting it, and I think it looks really cool. The folds are so beautiful. I can't wait to see how this dries. Got my assistant right here and the first round of pieces traced and ready to cut out.
So when I landed on Joseph Vargo, for me, I know people are gonna be like, who the fuck is Joseph Vargo? Who the fuck is that? You know, he ain't no Leonardo DiCaprio from not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He ain't no fucking Leonardo DiCaprio and shit. But for me, I gravitate a lot towards horror, gothic, and shit like that. Outside of like drag. Because I really enjoy that like aesthetic, and like I enjoy watching, you know, different movies in that style, different fashions in that style. It's like really fun just to see. And I knew his work really captured the essence of what the beauty of vampires are. Like, there are this sleek, beautiful, seductive succubi type creatures, and then there's like so much beauty behind that dark torturedness that I really like. And I've already done a couple vampire looks before, and so I was like, I really kind of want to step into his like element and invoke that. And so that's kind of how I landed on like doing Joseph Varga. So workroom check-in. I am stitching together everything. I have my equipment set up here, and I got fabric in the back over there. But right now I am working on the corset part of my outfit. I'm gonna go for this like vampire, old-timey gothic corset type shit. Blur that out. I didn't mean to say shit. Or no, I did, but never mind. It don't fucking matter. But right now I'm creating these hip moments. These things are gonna sit on the hip and create some structure with it. It's gonna have boning inside of it from the little zoom up to like the curves and everything. One of the things I really love about the vampire culture, like even the gothic culture itself, is like it has really fierce styles and like styling, fashion, and also like concepts behind it that you don't see like, you know, a lot of Black people in. And similar to like the Tim Burton stuff, you don't see like a lot of Black artists in his works because he never imagined Black artists in that like, you know, type of media. And for me, I was like, well, my big thing here is about representation and kind of showing Black people that they can be in whatever media that they want, and they can also have the representation that they want. And if they don't, then you have to make it. And so I was like, I'm going to kind of put myself in this forefront of like doing something like this, because you don't see a lot of Black artists willing to step into like an alternative or like even a dark glamour type of style.
So me being just a woman, obviously, I went to an Ethel Cain concert today. Everybody clap for Ethel Cain. And my fabric paints were supposed to be here. Amazon sent me a little photo of like my doorstep where they were delivered. I come back from the concert. Of course they're not here. And this is not the first time packages have been stolen from my front doorstep, which is really irritating. But whatever, you know what? Who needed that $45? Not me. Not me, of course. So whoever stole that package, your mom's a hoe, and I hope you die in a car crash. Final destination, final destination, final destination.
I think the hardest part about this challenge for me was trying to get out of my own way about like a lot of stuff. Obviously, I designed a lot of my own outfits. Literally almost 80% of my closet is like self-made, and I'm not a, you know, educational seamstress. Like I didn't go to school for sewing. I picked it up and taught myself. And like the past two design challenges, like I felt very confident in my first one, but the deadline fucked me up, and that was on my own accord. And then the second design challenge, you know, I didn't have enough resources to do what I wanted to do, and I still made something that I really like, still like, but it just wasn't enough for other people. And so it kind of like, you know, shot my self-esteem a little bit in like my own capability. And then I'm like, I know I have the capability to produce something great and produce something that's like, you know, red carpet worthy. And it was just the fact that I have to like get out of my own way to really do it. Here I am with this gorgeous, gorgeous outfit. And in the back of my mind, I'm telling myself, you're not good enough. Or not like, it's not good enough to other people. And so many people here have different opinions and have, you know, different ideas of what drag is and stuff like that. And I love that. But sometimes it comes across so hard in your mind when it's like you have to impress so many different people about so many different shit. And it feels like, well, maybe, you know, you can't impress somebody else. So
I made my look with the pleather material, and I shot that look, did the whole photos, runway footage. And after, when I was like checking and looking to edit everything together, I was just not feeling great about it. There was just like, I was like, oh, you know, I wish this fit better. I wish this wasn't in the way. I wish I had like styled this differently. And like, I was just feeling bad. Like I was just like really struggling to like, that this was what I was gonna submit, because I just felt like this wasn't my best. Like, I could do more. You know, like if I did that again, I would have done this instead. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, it's not the deadline yet. I technically still have time. It's the day before it's due. And it's about 5 p.m. I'm gonna whip something together that I think I'm gonna feel better about. I'm just really, really trying to come hard this time. Oh.
Guys, I am so pissed right now. Like, listen to this. I shot my pictures yesterday, right? Which is Friday, which is like over a week before the deadline. Because I have a crazy busy week, right? So I was like planned everything, all good to go. I got the pictures back today because I'm supposed to choose the pictures so that, you know, we can get all the lighting and stuff ready. And it usually takes 2 or 3 days for me to get this, like the pictures back fully edited and ready to go. I get the pictures, I pick my pictures, and I'm like, this garment just doesn't look like I intended. One of the things that didn't look right was this like triangle piece, and it looked really tiny. And I was like, holy fuck, Titanic screwed me over. Titanic told me to make it smaller, and now it's just too small and it looks ridiculous. I'm staring at the pictures, and then it finally clicks. I put it on backwards. Look at this. So, I have it on like this in the pictures, which ends here. So it's like this tiny like bib thing. But actually, when I did this, it's supposed to be like this, with the V, and it goes all the way to the belly button. This looks more normal. This is how it's supposed to look. So now, I'm like, do I leave it? Because, or do I have to fucking reshoot everything? Oh, I'm so pissed. So freaking pissed. All because of this stupid thing. Like, why didn't I just make it in the same freaking thighs? Oh, I'm mad. I'm so mad.
I was feeling pretty discouraged. I was trying to kind of hurry and get this done, and then I made mistakes, and I made more mistakes. I'm just sitting here and just feeling like maybe I'm not good enough for this competition. Maybe I don't have what it takes. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I don't have a lot left to give. You know, I'd rather go down swinging than to just throw in the towel. So here I come. I'm coming swinging. I'm not gonna give up.
I never did also the makeup with my fingers, but I was like, you know, I have nails. I know. I used to like scroll endlessly on AliExpress. It was like my TikTok. So I'm just seeing the weird stuff for applying makeup. First we're gonna do primer. I'm literally testing it right now. Comment down in the comment section if you want me to start doing like makeup routine videos. I almost broke all of my nails, so I'm just keeping the longer ones till I'm done with my makeup, because I'm gonna use also them and like little dips on my fingers, and also I'm gonna use like that pointillism makeup that I did actually on my nails and on my dress. So I turned it all into one big advantage, as I always do. I feel like a goddess. I am a goddess. Yeah, I feel like a goddess. Now to set this. I don't know how I'm gonna set this. I know what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it like this. I'm just gonna put it like this and just like. I was gonna get like a backlash from like blowing it. I think the makeup is makeuping. What do you say, judges?
Hello, welcome to the Met Gala of Season 3 of Drag Duel.
The red carpet has been rolled out, the light bulbs are ready, and history itself is about to take a strut.
Welcome to the Met Gala Threads of Time red carpet.
Watch closely, darlings. You don't want to miss a single stitch of these fashion perfections. And as always, our warriors tipping info will be on screen during their fashion presentation.
So show them some love and tip these warriors.
Now, warriors, get into positions. Met Gala is about to start. Ready, set, runway!
My Met Gala runway is inspired by Georgia O'Keeffe's abstracted floral paintings. The base is a jumpsuit with a sculpted chest and body form made from a draped resin-coated fabric. This flows into the wire-shaped flower petal shoulder piece, both of which are adorned with rhinestones. The chiffon robe is embellished with flower petals for added interest and movement, and the two-tone wig is topped with a handmade crown headpiece inspired by the stamen and pistil, which are the reproductive parts of the flower. To finish off the look, a pair of velvet-topped gloves, bringing masculine floral energy to this red carpet.
The painter I chose was Francisco Goya, who was a late 18th century, early 19th century painter who at the end of his life, after watching the country he loved fall and falling deaf from illness, decided to paint on themes of power and abuse in humanity. These paintings were dubbed the Black Paintings, and I've decided to create a look that is my own black painting. The theme I chose was sexual assault. It's something I deal with and have had to deal with a lot of the darkness from the healing from, but I did heal, and now I'm able to create powerful looks to talk about my healing journey. This was a very hard piece to work on, but I'm very proud of it.
For the Met Gala, I was inspired by Jean-Michel Basquiat, a black artist prominent in the 80s as part of the Neo-Expressionism movement. His work has inspired the contemporary multimedia movement of Afrofuturism, and for this look, I was inspired by his signature, a crown. The crown represents power, royalty, and served as a symbol for black power as marginalized people within society. The crown not only appears in my Basquiat-inspired hair, but also in the Afrofuturistic silhouette of my look. Basquiat has talked about as we, as black people, our cultural memory, Africa, follows us everywhere, and that is shown with the African print and the agbada I wore at first.
For this art-themed runway, I felt it was vital to honor queer history because drag itself is political. This look is inspired by Keith Haring's Silence Equals Death. I built the gown from cheap herring printed tapestries and elevated it with hours of rhinestoning for that true red carpet glamour. At the heart of this look is a bold inverted triangle, once a symbol of oppression, now reclaimed as pride. The collar is shaped like the AIDS ribbon, echoing Haring's message. I finished this look with pink triangle jewelry and my very best Met Gala hair. This look refuses to be silent.
Art, shakat, art. For this Met Gala, I wanted to draw inspiration from Frida Kahlo. Frida is a queer Mexican artist and activist. I chose Frida as a nod to my Mexican heritage. I wanted to fuse my own art style with traditional Tijuana style that was popularized by Frida Kahlo and is now known as one of the most recognizably Mexican prints in the world. This is my first time sewing everything out of non-stretch canvas, and I'm so proud of the challenge I took on.
For this week's Met Gala, I am inspired by the Gothic artist Joseph Vargo and his vampire illustrations. Constructing this look, I built a corset which has these flared out hips that come to a point, which is a small nod to the Schiaparelli Fall Winter collection. And then I ended up mixing in the common colors that Vargo leaned towards when illustrating his work, black and red, which also happen to be some of my favorite colors. The corset is embellished with a mix of crystals and beads on the bottom half, which are all hand sewn on, I might add. And the top of the corset is decorated with various rhinestones. I then have a withered net veil accompanied by this red ruffled collar boa. My nails are colored like blood veins, and this mermaid skirt is dropped to the floor to show I am not repeating what I did last design challenge.
Is that a train? Is that a plane? No, bitch. It's Elektra giving you yet another silhouette and versatility, okay? You cannot tell me I'm not red carpet ready. Met Gala, here we come. My inspiration for this look is a famous painter Georges Seurat and his take on pointillism technique, in which cluster of dots in different sizes and colors create a picture, just like this beautiful hibiscus flower that I styled. I've chosen the specific non-stretch material that represents artist's canvas. The gown is hand-painted in a couple of layers and topped off with beautiful rhinestones for richness. I've made earrings to complement the look and hand-painted nails in the style of a dress. I think this disadvantage worked in my favor as always, cause fingers and dots come in hand. XOXO.
Wow! What an absolutely jaw-dropping runway presentation. No, seriously, each of you presented detailed looks that could strut down in any century.
You should all be so proud of what you brought to this year's runway. We sure were not parched for fashion this year.
Oh my gosh, the group as a whole, like, absolutely killed this challenge. Like, my brain was like spinning, just like, look, I'm like, everyone did amazing. Like, I don't even, how is this gonna be judged?
I was thrilled when I was doing it, and when like did it before rhinestoning, I was amazed. And I was like, oh, there's no way this can be better. Then I rhinestoned it, and I was like, oh, it is better. There's no way this can be better. And then I put it on me with everything, and I was like, oh, this is even better. So I was like, I was thrilled in the end, but I was stressed out before.
I am super proud of what I was able to create. I think it is a super fun look. I think it is striking. I think it is very impactful. And to me, it represents the artist and what I wanted to accomplish, the artist's vision through my drag lens.
I feel really good about what I did. Regardless of where I place, I feel so proud of myself and I felt beautiful. So, mission accomplished.
I think I did enough to be safe. Some people are telling me that I'm top. I think that's a little bit of wishful thinking, but I feel safe in the moment.
10 toes down, like, this is one of my best silhouettes ever. Like, bitch, in a million years, you could have never told me that I would have been able to sit here, have these slick back Betty Boop Page ass hair in this vampire outfit with these rhinestones hanging off, these like not fringe, but like this beading here, like fully constructed by me, this mermaid gown hugging my knees, tight to my body, like baby hourglass figure down. I felt great about everything that I was able to do. It's just like that one little thing and like that one little tick in the back of your mind where it's like, you can't shake it, but it's still there, but you know you still did a good job, but for whatever reason, it just can't leave your head.
I think the top this week is Hennessey, Alex, and myself. And I think that the bottom is Heavy, Gwen, and Trans.
Gwen had, I think, one of the strongest concepts, but to me, it doesn't read as fashion, high fashion, red carpet ready.
Gwen's, I felt as though was artistic, but it did not meet the prompt for runway ready, especially for red carpet, high fashion. Baby, Met Gala needs to be tight. It needs to be fashion forward. The challenge is fashion.
I'm so proud of this art. I'm at this point where I'm like, I don't care what anyone has to say about it. I don't care where I place. I'm just so proud and happy to be able to have healed and to be able to share my healing through this piece.
Me and Hennessey were definitely my faves of the week. Everyone else, make them lip sync. You know, make them hop to, skip to Malou.
Welcome back to the judging panel from season 1, seamstress and designer extraordinaire Titanic Donovan.
Hello, willkommen.
As our Met Gala correspondent, Titanic, how do you think the Warriors did overall with this challenge?
We are just at 7 warriors, so I think like little details are gonna be separating them. But overall, everyone did well, and I love all these looks, and it's gonna be so hard to judge them.
And also, back to judge again, we have the iconic, the amazing Twink Trash. And have I told you how great you look today, Diva?
Girl, you have been telling me the whole time in this call. I haven't been able to get a word in edgewise because of how much you've been gushing about my gorgeousness. The caution tape says it all.
Win.
Fuck you!
What are you looking for particularly from this challenge?
I want to see creativity from the inspiration. I think we as drag artists have a great opportunity. You know, we are kind of the scavengers of art. We wear our influences on our sleeves so boldly. I'd like to see a painting influenced in a really specific way. Don't just recreate it. What do you see in the painting that you like specifically?
Our final judge on this week's panel is the owner and creator of Vintage Thrivals, a fashion brand who is also sponsoring this season, Rich Rocket.
Hi, everybody. Very excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Do you want to tell the audience a little bit about Vintage Thrivals?
Yes, Vintage Thrivals is a one-of-one wearable art company where we make wearable art from sustainably sourced clothing. So we only work with things that are thrifted, gifted, or donated, and we turn them into one-of-one wearable art pieces. Black-owned, queer-owned, based in Baltimore, Maryland. We are all about sustainability. That is really like the cornerstone of our brand. And I really just love making things for all bodies and all people.
So let's get started with Heavy Cream, who was inspired by Georgia O'Keeffe. Titanic, why don't you take it away?
In the call, I was very excited about the sketch. I was very excited about the concept. And then when I saw the finished look, I would say that I was a little bit disappointed because I had such high hopes for this one. Because I feel like the flower petals didn't exactly work out the way Heavy Cream wanted them to. I also think the cut on the leg was different because it was like a horizontal cut and it looked a bit odd to me personally.
I also noticed with Georgia's paintings that she loved to use contrasting colors and lots of different contrasting colors. And the fact that this is all in one really muted color palette, I think just makes it just a little bit lacking in the wow factor that Georgia's paintings had. He filmed it at night, and I just feel like I would have filmed this in the middle of the day, sunlight coming down, really making those colors pop.
I think that Heavy Cream just has that attention to detail that is a standout to me. Like the rhinestone details, the epoxy resin chest piece, I love it. However, when stacked next to the other looks, Heavy's looks just isn't as exciting.
There's a lot going on, and I can't quite tell what the main piece of the garment is. When I look at a piece, I'm trying to read it head to toe as if it was a book, and it feels a bit disjointed.
Up next, we have Gwendolin, who was inspired by Francisco Goya. Hydra, what did you think about Gwen's look?
So for Gwendolin this week, I was really torn on her entire package because I love the personal aspect of her entire concept, but I didn't get the relation to the artist 100%. I get that it's like not based off an artwork, but based off like the artist's concept.
She totally captured the painterly aspect of this. Like the painting on this is absolutely exquisite. I think my favorite part of the look is the bodice with the hands on the chest. I think that's like such a cool concept in a design that I haven't seen before.
You can see that there was some turmoil in the process of creating this internally from the artist. Like that's very prevalent in the work.
I love that the textile itself is painted. Like it's draped in a beautiful way, but to like add that extra depth brings it to like a painting come to life. Wait, That's the challenge.
I saw this and it was just so grand and it was so different for the Met Gala that I think this actually works at the Met Gala. Like, I would look at it and I would be like, okay, this is a statement piece.
Up next, we have Hennessey, who was inspired by Jean-Michel Basquiat. But see, what did you think of Hennessey this week?
Hennessey looks sickening. Hennessey's silhouettes are always on point. Hennessey knows how to do fashion, and Hennessey knows what works on her. She knows how to use the textures, the different silhouettes to enhance her features.
Basquiat is one of my mom's favorite artists, so I've known his work for a really long time, and I could instantly see that it was inspired by Basquiat.
The chaos is implemented throughout all the looks, so it's just so cohesive. Like, it's just one delicious bite, but it's not overwhelming or messy.
This is one of my favorite looks I have ever seen by a drag artist. I'm really not kidding. This look is just, I love the silhouette, I love the colors Hennessey used, I love the way the artist is portrayed.
It is, again, a painting come to life. It's so cartoonish, the structure of it is perfect. I adore head to toe. This is thought through.
Up next, we have Neon Noire, who was inspired by Keith Haring. Titanic, what did you think?
She listened to me in the call. She did everything I said she should do. The look is a bit simple, I would say, but for Neon, this is executed so well.
Keith Haring is a cornerstone inspiration for my brand personally. As you can see, I'm always incorporating like line work, heavy contrast. Those are big like instrumental parts of our brand and design work. So this immediately spoke to me. I think the presentation was really illuminating. Like the way it was lit, the way the colors and the lighting and everything was put together. This queen really knows how to present.
Sometimes her production detracts from her actual garment. And I feel like this is a prime example of that. The first thing I noticed is the production, not her look. And I feel like that's kind of an issue.
I think just using the Keith Haring print is a real cop-out. It just would have been much more special to take the time to do your own interpretation of something that looks like Keith Haring instead of literally just grabbing the fabric that has the print on it, because anybody could have done that. But that being said, it's a really beautifully made dress.
We're really split on this one. I think it was really like 3 judges loving this look and 3 judges hating this look.
Okay, up next we have Transjenifahs Gawdy, who was inspired by Frida Kahlo.
I think this is a perfect example of taking inspiration from the artist and making a completely handmade look. I appreciate the hand-painted flowers. You know, Frida Kahlo is not known to be a realism artist, so I don't seek perfection in the paintings on this outfit.
I love the choices of like the big shoulders, having something kind of jutting off of the head, making it abstract, kind of giving it life. It's now living and moving.
I think her makeup looks beautiful. The hair is amazing. I really like this look.
We are also a bit split on this one, I think. I think I'm gonna be the negative one. The original sketch I did like. We changed some things about it. I also said that I'm gonna be worried that it looks a little bit too much like a child's birthday party. And I do have to say, in the end, it did look a little bit like a child's birthday party.
I think the reference to Frida Kahlo wasn't like achieved. In my opinion, I get like florals, but it looked more like SpongeBob meets Lisa Frank rather than Frida Kahlo.
The flowers were too big. I think I counted like 11 flowers on there. I think on the original sketch there are definitely more than 11 flowers on there. So I would have loved to see just smaller flowers and a bit more detail.
Up next, we have Smokey Karmikael, who was inspired by Joseph Vargo.
What I love about this look is that it is influenced by glamour. Like, this is pussy, this is jewels and satin and a veil. It's shot in a beautiful place. I think it needs a bit more of a wow factor, if that be like the structure of the garment just tucked in a bit more, if it's a bit more of a skirt on the bottom, perhaps if like the draping of the jewels on the hip was just a bit like chunkier and like drippier.
I'm not familiar with Joseph Vargo, but when I look up his work, I see something very different from what Smokey presented. I see a lot of cool tones and sort of delicate, ghostly, fragile looking figures in these illustrations and paintings.
I do want to acknowledge Joseph Vargo does have looks in this color palette. I would say the paintings that are much more interesting are the ones that are in this blue and black ghostly color palette. I think that's what sets it apart from being just any other vampire painting or any other vampire, media. This blue and black color palette would have been, I think, really interesting to play with. And instead, I just feel like this look ends up looking like a lot of other looks I've seen.
If I'm looking at the reference photo right next to your look and I'm like, I don't see it, that's a problem.
Lastly, we have Alex Elektra, who was inspired by Georges Seurat. Dom, why don't you start this one?
Alex's look blew me away the second I saw it. I can't believe this is handmade. And I can't believe she made it out of canvas. That is such a difficult material to make a dress out of. And it's just flawlessly made.
Yum. I want to chew on those sleeves. I know it tastes delicious.
Alex's mug using fingers to do it? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Well, if this is pinning your mug with your fingers, then I don't even have hands. Like, what? This is an amazing presentation.
So I remember after the call with Alex Elektra, I was a little bit worried because I thought this is just gonna be another beautifully constructed dress by Alex Elektra, like we have seen it before in design challenges and we know she could do it. But she just proved me completely wrong because she exceeded everything better than she did before.
What she did that made this look like just explode is stoning the paint. That three-dimensional aspect, that glisten, makes it look like a real textile that she bought at a warehouse.
The placement of the flower on the chest and the hip, creating that space in the middle so your eye knows how to follow it all the way down. The painting on the panels, it's all just pristine.
I think we're gonna have a really hard time picking a winner this week because there's a lot of really great looks on this runway.
It's time for the final judgment. Before I begin, I just want to say all of you should be so proud with everything that you have presented tonight. Truly, we are gagged and gooped, and there will be no safe or low placements tonight.
I'm nervous as fuck. I'm scared. I've been shaking. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Also got myself like a gin tonic to survive this round. Let's see.
So if I call your name, you placed high.
Mama, I am afraid.
Gwendolin, congratulations, you placed high.
Gwen is in the top. Okay, work.
Gwen is high. Fuck.
That was a choice.
Fuck all y'all! Fuck all y'all! All y'all who said I would be in the bottom? I'm high, bitch!
Neon Noire, congratulations, you also placed high.
What?
Neon being in the top is like, oh wow. Yeah, wow. Good for the diva.
What? No.
Congrats, Neon.
Neon high, period. I think that's kind of a choice, but period.
Transjenifahs Gawdy, congratulations, you are high.
I'm in the top! I'm in the top! Me! I'm in the top! Wait a sec!
Hennessey and Alex Elektra, congratulations, the two of you are the top 2 placing warriors of this week.
Oh my god. Sorry.
However, the winner of the challenge is... Well, I mean, we don't really have to pick one, right? No, we don't. Congratulations, Hennessey and Alex Elektra. Both of you are winners of round 9 of Drag Duel.
Oh my fucking god, oh my god, fucking, oh my god, 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 my third fucking win.
But yeah.
Both of you will receive $100 cash prize each, and each of you will receive your very own power-up.
I forget about a power-up. Oh fuck.
Crazy. Congrats.
So there was a double save last week, and now there's a double win this week. Yo, these judges are smoking some shit.
Love it, and love Alex, the turnaround of getting sabotaged and being the winner this week. So extra kudos to you.
Work, Alex. Congrats, Diva.
Cheers to the breaking weekend.
Now this does mean that unfortunately, Smokey Karmikael and Heavy Cream, we are sorry, but the two of you are the bottom two placing warriors tonight.
That is a devastating bottom two.
If Smokey goes home, I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight.
Before we begin, I just want to say both of you had incredible looks, and in a different design challenge, both of you could have placed high even. But this is a very strong group of players who came to play, and it's a top 6 decision. So, hard decisions have to be made.
I really did do the best that I could with the circumstances and what I had and the time I had. So, it just wasn't quite enough.
Girl, both of these people were like in my finale. Like these both were divas I saw in the top 4 along with me and Henny. So like, I'm a little gagged. I'm a little gagged right now that one of them's about to go home.
I don't know what to say.
Don't do this to my girl!
Smokey Karmikael and Heavy Cream, you will be participating in the drag duel to the death to the song It Boy by Baby No Money.
This is like the tournament, the tournament all over again. So me and Smokey part 2.
Oh, mama.
I hope I do you justice. I freaking love you, Baby No Money.
Warriors, ready your weapons and let the drag duel commence!
Baby No Money, who the fuck do you think you are?
Bitch, I'm him.
Not Smokey being the trade of the season. Okay, sister, yes. Yes, Mr. Sister.
ITBOYBBNO $sign. That's me. That's right. That's me. That's right. I am HRM, the Gen Z Eminem. That's me. That's right. That's me. That's right. That's me. Damn right. Baby, when it boy, Jesus Christ, I bet on myself, I up my price. I kiss on her tongue, I ain't got no type. 200K, got me jumping on stage. All white Benz, see me whipping mayonnaise. She looking at me, she wanna taste. Shawty got a boyfriend, get out my face. Hey, bitch, born on smoky like endo. Free throw, never catch me in a friend zone. Catch real green cheese pesto. Eating her box like bento, memento.
I still don't know what he's saying.
Money, yeah, this ain't Kenzo. Hey, I'm the it boy, dick long, money long, yes, I'm him, you spot on. ITBOYBBNO $sign. That's me, that's right, that's me, that's right. I am HRM, the Gen Z Eminem. That's me, that's right, that's me, that's right. Bitch, I'm him.
Yeah, boy.
I'm that baby in the club looking for single lady. Let's go shopping, blow some cash, hop in my bubble gum Mercedes. She got curvature, I'm curving her, I'm flaky. Please don't hate me. Tiffany from Perth, she nice, she thunder, fuck me, AC/DC.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
ITBOYBBNO $sign. That's me, that's right, that's me, that's right. I am HRM, the Gen Z Eminem. That's me, that's right, that's me, that's right. Bitch, I'm him. That's me, that's right. Bitch, I'm him. That's me, that's right. Bitch, I'm him.
I cannot believe, like, someone has to leave.
Thank you both for that amazing performance. You truly have not made this easy for us. But a difficult decision has to be made.
I'm sorry. I love you, Smokey. I really think Heavy won that.
Smokey is the biggest competition. She has been killing this competition. She is a lip sync assassin. So realistically, competition-wise, it would be better for her to go home.
Please, Smokey, they can't send Smokey home. But also send her home, she's my competition.
Heavy Cream, we are sorry, but you are the next warrior to be eliminated.
Heavy.
No.
Heavy won that lip sync. I love Smokey. Smokey deserves to stay in this competition. Heavy won that lip sync.
This means Smokey Karmikael, congratulations, you are the winner of this drag duel and you stay to slay another day.
I know a couple bitches wanted to see me shook up, so I'm shook up.
Yes, Smokey.
I'm gonna crash out.
It was a lot of pressure, like trying to be the front runner and being the front runner, and then knowing bitches want you to slip up, and you know what? Whatever. I slipped up this week, so.
Heavy Cream, the precision, the unstoppable energy, and the attention to detail that you have brought into this competition week after week did not go unnoticed. You are an incredible artist. You are truly one of a kind, and we see your potential. We see what you can do, and we are so sorry that it came down to this. It's just the name of the game.
I'm just crushed. There's a lot going through my head and a lot that I'm feeling right now.
This is harder as long as we're closing to an end. Like, it's such a weird feeling.
Heavy truly is like such an incredible king. I've been like gagged every week by what he's done. You're amazing, Heavy. You're fucking amazing. I really thought you were gonna be like in the top 3 with me, so Heavy, you should be so proud of yourself. I can't believe it.
Yes, I'm so happy for Smokey. I'm so happy for Smokey, but oh my gosh, my Oregonian brethren, Heavy, my Oregon diva, no. We were supposed to make it to the finale together and show everyone Oregon's boss.
I'm really so enamored by who you are as a person and the way you approach drag. I'm just like truly inspired by you. Like, you are so kind, you're so thoughtful, and I think that really translate, am I getting emotional? That really translate so intensely into your drag.
I guess I want to say thank you to Drag Duel for having me be part of this program, and for all the feedback and critiques that I've gotten. This has been a great opportunity for growth and for me to learn more about myself. It really sucks to come this far in the competition and to have to go home now. Sometimes, though, your best is just not enough. And unfortunately for me, this is one of those times.
Thank you so much, our king, for gracing us with your presence this season.
I'm going to take everything I learned and carry it with me always. So this is the last time I guess you're gonna see me cry. So I bid you all adieu.
You know what? I am happy with all top 6 winning. Now that Heavy is out, I'm happy with all of them. Every single one of these people who's left is a fucking amazing competitor, and it's gonna be sad to send them home. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. They could kill me, honestly.
Massive thank you to our incredible guest judges this week, Rich Rocket, Titanic Donovan, and the Twink Trash.
And to all of you watching at home, do not forget to join our Patreon if you want to get access to a bunch of exclusive footage, so many unseen scenes, and a chance to join our warriors in the Discord arena.
So ends another battle in the Drag Duel arena, and with only 2 rounds left until our grand finale, this final 6 is going to have to put their all into these next challenges if they want that coveted spot in their grand finale.
Keep your fashion sharp, your attitude sharper, and Derek, please try not to turn up as a Picasso gone wrong next time. Jeez. Bye!
Next time on Drag Duel.
She texts me as like, dude, they're in here like tearing her outfit apart. So yeah, I called them out.
I thought Gwen and I were friends.
And then it turned into this whole thing.
And we had multiple sources saying that it was not true, and Gwen was still believing it.
I thought we had a better connection as contestants and, friends.
I just wanted to be a bit strategic.
Diva, it's all because of you.
WTF?
Special thanks to patrons Sean Edmonds and Keone.